Eagles have a dominant defense.
Yeah.
This is the biggest difference between the Lions and the Eagles. Yes, offensively, I can agree with you. It is comparable, though you got a Heisman-winning receiver on one side and a Megatron-esque guy on the other side in A.J. Brown who can win deep, bigger, stronger, faster than most people he's going to line up against, right?
Swole Batman. One of my favorite non-nickname nicknames where you're trying to make it a thing and no one's doing it for him. But, yeah, call A.J. Brown Swole Batman.
Swole Batman. I like that. You throw the bat signal up in the sky, and he's somewhere reading the book. Didn't even see it.
It makes sense. He's a one-on-one receiver. That's where he's the best in the NFL at, is against man coverage. Swole Batman.
So the Eagles have better weapons around. Jalen Hurts can be iffy here and there. Saquon Barkley is an absolute dog, and he has run through this very defense twice this year already. And we saw, like, he did it against the Rams for 200 in the regular season. Everybody's like, well, he's not going to do that again in the playoffs. It's playoff football. And then he did it again on a bigger stage. So I have no doubts that Saquon Barkley is going to show up. I have no doubts that defense is going to be a strong unit. They are healthy, by the way. They're healthy. They've been playing their best ball since the back end of the season. And the elephant in the room is, as spectacular as Jayden Daniels has been in his rookie season, Vic Fangio been calling NFL defenses since before that dude was alive. Before Jayden Daniels was even thought of, conceived, Vic Fangio was at the highest level of footballs, scheming against some of the best players we've ever seen. You don't think that this guy, given a full week with that talent on that defense, isn't going to be able to make something shake? I think I was looking at the award stuff, and we'll get to awards and the nominees for the NFL awards at some point in this show today, because I have a bone to pick. Number one, again, how the hell did Jayden Daniels not get the MVP finalist nod over Joe Burrow? But also, there was like a couple of different Eagles that were in there for like Rookie of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year. A guy that they didn't even know they would be starting this year is a Defensive Player of the Year nominee. Quinion Mitchell, who was a back end of the first round guy, and Cooper DeJean are both in the Rookie of the Year conversation. Those are young guys that have elevated to the level of play where you know they're going to be guys that are getting that second extension already, and they're impacting games at a high level already. You're giving Vic Fangio that unit, and you're going up against Olamide Zaccheaus and Diami Brown and Terry McLaurin and Jayden Daniels. I'm just saying, this is not a fair fight. This is not anti-Commanders propaganda. This is just giving the proper respect to the Eagles. I think we're giving too much respect to the Commanders because of this magical run. We're not giving enough reverence to what the Eagles are and what they're going to do at the Link on Sunday, and I'm here to put a stop to it. And I'm not the only one that believes so. This man may be biased. He may be a former Eagle, but he tells it like it is. Here's Travis Kelce.
Jason Kelce.
They're all the same to me. They're Kelce. They got the beards. They smile in the camera. They do a lot of media. Jason Kelce, former Eagles center, future Hall of Famer, talking about how just unbalanced this matchup actually is.
I'll be very candid. I think the Eagles are better at every position. Like, I don't know that there is one position, if you put the two rosters, the depth charts next to each other, that I would take the Washington player over the Eagle player. And that is a very honest assessment. I think that the Eagles are loaded.
That's the problem. The Eagles are actually loaded, and they have more experience, and they have home field advantage. And you're telling me that this team with a rookie quarterback is a 6-point dog, and a lot of people are picking them on the money line? I can't do it.
However, the Rams were about 15 yards away, an extra point from bouncing the Eagles from the playoffs last week.
Yeah.
And the reason that the Eagles eventually overwhelmed the Rams was suffocating a immobile Matt Stafford at this stage of his career.
Mm-hmm.
We saw Jayden Daniels face pressure all the second half of the season, and the X factor is the legs of Jayden Daniels. So even if the Eagles win at the line of scrimmage defensively over the offensive line of the Commanders, you pretty much got to put a man on him each and every play to make sure that Daniels does not roll out and get 6 easy yards each and every play.
Yeah.
Because Stafford was close. The Rams were close. Eagles fans all of a sudden looked like their season was slipping away, and that was all she wrote. But eventually, Stafford didn't have enough mobility to make it shake at the end.
While I agree with you on that, Jayden Daniels' legs is going to give him an advantage. I don't believe he has the play caller that the Rams have and the head coach or coaching in general that the Rams had, the experience that the Rams had up against the Eagles. And plus, the one thing that has saved Daniels in this postseason run, he's been flawless when it comes to turnovers. In the 2 games in which they played the Eagles already, they've turned them over 3 times through the air, and they've turned the Commanders over multiple times in those games. They split, but the game that the Commanders won 36-33 in late December, well, that was the game that Jalen Hurts sat out with the concussion.
And I got to say, when you take away the pass game, Saquon Barkley as a runner is a little bit less effective, obviously, because if you know the Eagles are going to run the football, you can.
You say that, but he still does it.
He still does it less
dynamic. Like slightly less. Okay, he'll instead of 250 yards, he gets 199.
Listen, I'm arguing with you here. I'm saying that Saquon's going to be better on the ground than he was the last time that he played the Commanders because it is no longer Kenny Pickett throwing the football. It is someone a little bit more, someone you can respect under center.
So he'll be better than 29 carries and 150 yards with 2 touchdowns.
He certainly should be.
He should be, and that's the scary part. So we are really undermining. And I even looked at Prize Picks. Prize Picks is stat projection on Saquon Barkley rushing yards. What would you take a stab at and guess?
I would say after the performance he put up against the Rams, we saw what the Rams do defensively the week prior in order to get to the divisional round. I would say they were putting Saquon Barkley's rushing yards 93.5.
125. Last time I checked on Prize Picks, and again, download Prize Picks today, use promo code THEOD, 125.
Maybe that tells me I want to go on the less than for Saquon Barkley. If I thought it was that low.
All right. Do it at your own risk. Because with a banged-up Jalen Hurts, and also you would assume they're going to be playing with the lead and also trying to keep the ball out of the Commanders' hands, because another thing Washington does really well is they play a no-huddle offense. So not only is that giving more possessions in the game, it's also keeping the Eagles' defense out there and tiring them down play after play after play. So if you're on the Philly side, the way you counter that to give my guys some rest, I want long drives. I want long drives that keep them on the field now, but then also give our guys rest after playing snap after snap after snap. I think the number is like somewhere between like 50 and 60% of plays in the postseason they've ran no huddle. That's a lot. That's like college.
Mm-hmm. So, and that's a lot of trust giving your rookie quarterback,
he's
too.
That good.
So much of that is between the ears of Jayden Daniels and having less of a micromanaging style from a play caller and a head coach.
He's so good. That's my one halt. There's 2 things that halt me on picking the Eagles. Number one, again, a lot of times in the NFL, Ben Johnson said it when he took the Bears job. We all know it. The quarterback position is one of the key factors to success. If your quarterback can outplay the other quarterback, that's going to be the number one factor in letting you know who's going to win that football game or not. It comes down to turnovers and quarterback play so many different times, and it does feel like the Commanders, oddly enough, with the rookie coming in on the road, have the edge. The other thing that makes me a little fearful to pick the Eagles was the chant we heard from the Philadelphia mayor. I don't know if this gives them bad juju or not. I don't know if this ruins the confidence of Eagles players and fans alike, but let's take a listen.
Well, first, what chant is she supposed to be doing? We did it earlier in this block.
Okay, here it is.
This segment.
Here it is. And by the way, one of the best chants. One of the best chants in sports. All right, you ready?
Oh, everybody, look around. We got this guy with wings. He got a hat on. A big Eagles fan.
E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles.
It's a little slower than that. It's a little slower.
Is it? All right, let's do it again then. I want to get it right.
Can I do it this time?
All right, you lead.
All right. He's going to do the thing, everybody. He's going to do the thing, everybody.
E-A-G-L-E-S, Eagles. Now, that's the proper way to do it.
And that spells Eagles, by the way.
It does spell Eagles, and I want to get this young woman's name right. The mayor of Philadelphia, Sherelle Parker. Well, you're supposed to just say young woman. I didn't.
Older than you.
This lady. I want to get this lady's name right. Sherelle Parker. She's a newly minted mayor as of January of this year. So she's like 25 days on the job right now. And here she is delivering the chant.
Let me hear you all say, E-L-G-L-E-S, Eagles!
Not quite. Almost there. We were like 2 for 6 incorrect. 4 for 6 correct, which is
pretty good.
Passing grade, I think.
You get no, that's not even a pass.
66%.
4 out of 6 that's a fail. That's a fail. That's a failing grade, Miss Parker.